Manchester United are looking to get back to winning ways against Nottingham Forest this weekend. Today sees Manchester United back at Old Trafford welcoming Nottingham Forest, a team looking fairly solid most part of the season. Forest comes into this game in 7th, 3 points ahead of 13th place United. However, after losing 3-0 against Man City, the Red Devils will be hoping to pile on the misery. Amorim will be keen to get back to winning ways, considering the run from now until mid-January gets a whole lot more difficult. Manchester United will have Mainoo and Lisandro Martinez back for Nottingham Forest's visit on Saturday evening. The pair were suspended for the 2-0 defeat at Arsenal on Wednesday, as United frustrated the Gunners for large spells but conceded at 2 set pieces. Having served their one-match bans, they can now come back in for the clash with the East Midlanders, who we would overtake in the Premier League table with a victory. Luke Shaw will miss the game due to injury, having suffered a small setback prior to the Arsenal fixture. Yoro made his competitive United debut in North London and could be in with a chance of a first start should Ruben Amorim continue with his rotation policy. Our new head coach has made 6 changes when naming each of his last 3 lineups, and has spoken openly about the need to manage the loads of certain players, including Yoro, Harry Maguire, Tyrell Malacia, and Mason Mount. Johnny Evans is still absent, but Victor Lindelof has resumed work at Carrington. The Sweden captain will not be available at the weekend, but Amorim said he could potentially be back in the squad next week when we travel to Victoria Pleasant in the Europa League. Nuno Espirito Santo conducted his press conference on Thursday, the day after Forest's 3-0 defeat at Manchester City. The Portuguese, who was Porto's goalkeeper when Amorim scored for Benfica in the 2010 Taça da Liga final, said that he still needed to assess the fitness of his squad. He will be without long-term absentees Danilo and Ibrahim Sangare, though, while Andrew Omobamidele hasn't featured for the East Midlanders for a few months due to injury. Certainly the head coach will rotate and mix things up from the team on Wednesday during United's 2-0 loss to Arsenal. With such a tight turnaround between games, Amorim will be forced to make changes to his starting lineup. The 39-year-old will have one eye on next Thursday's game against Victoria Pleasant as a chance to give most of the team some rest. But against Forest, it will be a strong team. Here is our predicted lineup. Despite conceding twice against Arsenal, Andre Onana prevented 1.11 expected goals and continued to prove he's among the very best goalkeepers in the world, so definitely starts against Forest. In defense, we think Lenny Yoro should start. After months of waiting, Lenny Yoro has arrived. The 19-year-old made his debut on Wednesday and instantly impressed United fans. We expect Amorim to ramp up game time here in favor of giving Noussair Mazraoui a much-deserved rest, but he won't play the full match. Starting in the center of the back 3, we are predicting will be Harry Maguire, with Matthias de Ligt deserving a rest in this one. With plenty of big games coming in the near future, Maguire has been impressive upon his return, so he should be in line to start anyway. Then Lisandro Martinez to form the back 3. After being suspended against Arsenal, we fully expect Lisandro Martinez's back in the starting lineup this weekend to face Forest. This would open the door for a Godwill Kukanki debut against Victoria Pleasant next Thursday. Moving on, Amad Diallo was rested against Arsenal, and without him, United had practically zero attacking threat. Despite only being a second-half substitution, Amad was lauded by Gary Neville and really needs to start this weekend. Next, Casemiro should start in the middle. Amorim has suggested Manuel Ugarte needs a rest after a hard-fought game on Wednesday in which the Uruguayan was immense. So therefore, we predict that it will be Casemiro who starts in central midfield. Mainoo was suspended along with Martinez for the Arsenal game, and therefore we would expect him to slot straight back into the side here to face Forest. On the left, Diogo Dalot is both out of form and needing a rest, so it could be a second consecutive start for Tyrell Malacia as he continues to work up his match fitness. Malacia was solid against Arsenal, which bodes well going forward. Back in an attacking role here, we expect will be Bruno Fernandes, as Amorim explained, he doesn't need rest. Mason Mount did little to stake his claim with a bad performance against the Gunners. We also think Joshua Zirkzee should start. After scoring a brace against Everton, Joshua Zirkzee's absence against Arsenal made it clear he would be starting against Forest with Rasmus Højlund on the bench. Marcus Rashford was on the bench against Arsenal before an ineffective cameo, but we would predict he will start today against Forest, looking to add to his 3 goals under Amorim thus far. This weekend's clash against Nottingham Forest is a pivotal moment for Manchester United. With key players like Mainoo and Lisandro Martinez returning and rising stars like Yoro potentially starting, Ruben Amorim's squad selection will be critical as he balances the challenges of rotation and maintaining form. Forest may come in as the underdogs, but their solid performances this season make them a tough opponent. Will United find their rhythm and climb back up the table? Or will the Forest defense cause another upset at Old Trafford? One thing's for sure, this match could define the tone for Amorim's tenure going forward. Now, it's over to you. What are your thoughts on Amorim's potential lineup? Do you agree with these predicted changes, or would you do things differently? Let me know in the comments below. If you're as excited about this new chapter for Manchester United as I am, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. And don't forget to check back after the match for our post-game analysis. Let's ride this journey together, Reds.